And at the heart of all this, a stillness.
Deja que la fuerza se manifieste en ti. Trata de ver su luz adentro de tus ojos y no impidas que ella obre por sí sola. Siente la fuerza y su luminosidad interna. Déjala que se manifieste libremente.
Over the years, the manifestations of Silo's ideas have grown and changed, and so has this place. First, a stainless steel pillar marked where he spoke so many years ago. Later, an entire complex took shape, Punta de Vacas Park, a place of meditation and meeting. And then a plan to build similar parks on every continent. But before that had barely started, national parks began to appear. Each of these parks shares the same symbolic structure.
This is Parque Manantiales. This is the National Park of Chile. And this is the gateway to the park. And when you walk through the gateway, you walk into another environment. And then all the parks also have a monolith. Its form has to do with historically how the human being has always built that, which has something to do with the connection of the heavens with the earth. And then we also have a fountain, underground springs, waters. It has to do with life in itself. And then there's a stele, which is like a little monument with all the names of the people who have helped build the park, because our parks are put together just by people. And then we have the halls, and they're purposely made without any distraction. And in our halls, what you find are other people or empty space. And so the two situations are the best situations to reflect or to have internal experience. And our parks are open for everyone.
Call it a park, or an ashram as they do in India. The names change, but the substance remains the same.
We have the monolith at that end.
Oh, there, the monolith will be there.
The utility this thing section will be on the other side.
Some are regional parks, like this one in India, Red Bluff in California, Antiliano in Italy. Others are national parks, like Manantiales in Chile, and Spain's Toledo Park. La Reja in Argentina is the national park for South America. Today, the park in La Reja, just outside of Buenos Aires, is filled with people enjoying this beautiful May afternoon. Trees and grass instead of desert or mountains, but the familiar gate, hall, monolith, fountain, and of course the same atmosphere, the same spirit. And at the heart of that spirit, what is the nature of this experience that we keep hearing about?
Al tiempo que tu respiración se hace amplia y profunda.
An experience that it's said can, independent of your beliefs, lead to profound internal peace, unlimited vital force, and a joy that can withstand life's inevitable difficulties. And the man who initiated all of this? Well, if you think spirituality is only about religion, or if you think wisdom should be all warm and fuzzy, you may be looking in the wrong place. If you're expecting someone wrapped in robes, gesturing slowly and talking softly of love, you may be looking for the wrong sage. This one's from a small South American town. You could pass him in a crowd and never think twice. He doesn't float above the ground or drive around in a golden limo. On the other hand, in all these years, he's never charged for his teachings or his time. He lives a pretty normal life, family and the family dog. Nothing very fancy, but it's a warm home full of friends and laughter, a simple human being like the rest of us. Well, certainly in some ways.
Voy a la Chacarita, al desarmadero, a buscar unos caños de petróleo para el parque.
But he's someone who, while ignored, ridiculed, and persecuted over the years, has nonetheless touched many people very deeply, despite the differences in their cultures, economic status, and ways of life.
Pero yo, como un tipo con temores y angustias, ¿qué yo puedo hacer? ¿Cómo yo puedo?
Tú tienes que basarte en una experiencia que te cambie, que te abra el horizonte. Sin esa experiencia vas a estar dando vueltas en el mismo círculo vicioso. Y nosotros es de lo que hablamos, de esa experiencia transformadora en el ser humano, que te saque del miedo, que te saque del temor, que te saque del futuro cerrado, que te abra un horizonte.
And who is this strange man who presumes to tell us what we need?
No te lo preocupes. Hay gente que dice que tú eres un hombre como otros.
Muy bien.
Hay otros que dicen que tú eres un profeta.
Ajá.
Hay otros que dicen que tú eres un demidios, un dios,
Bueno.
un diablo.
Sí.
Muchas cosas.
Yo creo que la gente tiene derecho a decir todo eso. ¿Y qué? No me preocupa lo más mínimo. Que alguien diga, bueno, pero es un profeta. Y ni quita ni pone. Es una persona común. Y si el tema está en cómo puede hacer uno para salir de los problemas del sufrimiento, del dolor, de todas esas cosas que no tiene cómo superar. ¿Y qué importa que soy yo?
For what message or experience can possibly be enough? What right-thinking person can really believe that things could ever be different? Who's naive enough to believe that fears, hate, and anger can ever end? Who can doubt that death is anything but the final defeat?
This chain of actions that was set in motion in life cannot be stopped by death.
I've always felt that Silo throws down a kind of challenge, challenging me to doubt the conventional wisdom, challenging me to ask myself, but what if it is possible? What if I can change? What if everything can change? How would I act then? What would I do differently? And if we continue to fail in these impossible aspirations, well, as Silo says, though you may be wise and powerful, if happiness and liberty do not grow in you and those around you, I will reject your example. Accept instead my proposal. Follow the model of that which is being born, not that which takes the path to death.
Do not imagine that you are alone in your village, in your city, on earth, or among other infinite worlds.
No imaginis que estàs encadenat a aquest temps i a aquest espai.
Bul xalaat ni soo deewee di nga wéy di wéet ba faw.
Silo, hay mucha gente en ese momento que tiene una sensación bastante apocalíptica, con cosas van muy mal. ¿Qué te dices?
Parece que todo se cayera. Se caen instituciones, se caen formas políticas. Seguramente está muy bien que se caiga, pero en las personas no, está surgiendo un nuevo sentido, una cosa muy importante. Están aspirando a otro tipo de mundo. Así que creo que vamos bastante bien y nada de apocalipsis. Eso no es así.